Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm back. The hurricane's over. Survived it. Been through a lot of these. This wasn't the worst one by a long shot. But it was still pretty bad, and I was surprised at some of the damage locally. My house, I only lost a couple panels on my 25-year-old fence. That thing's been holding on for dear life. I'm surprised the whole thing didn't come down. We've got some incense burning, finding its path right in front of the camera. You know, let's talk a little bit about bad times. Let's talk about a storm. How do you prepare for a storm? You're going to have storms in your life. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how much of a utopia you create around you. I don't care how much money you got. Go get yourself a mansion. Get yourself 6 mansions. Get yourself 4 helicopters and 10 Bugattis. Whatever. You're still going to have storms. They're still going to come. Shit's going to happen that's fucked up. And it's really all about how you prepare for it. This is one of the reasons why I'm so all about daily discipline and lifestyle management, handling things right in front of us, so then when something happens, something comes towards us, when a storm hits, we've already been on top of our P's and Q's the whole time. We've been putting in work this whole time. I've seen it locally with this storm. 6 months ago, I had a little bit of cash to play around with. I thought about buying a toy, buying a bike, buying this. I had a guy that was trying to sell me his Honda CB750 chopper. It was a 1971. It had the Aim and Savior frame, the worst frame. Oh, I hate that frame. It has the Aim and Savior frame is a hardtail frame. The front of it looks fine. The back has those stupid springs. Oh, I fucking hate that frame so much. You got to throw it in the trash. But he wanted, $3 grand. The bike, other than the stupid frame, the bike was beautiful. Beautiful. I mean, it was done. It ran right. Not a project. This thing was done. It was a show bike, magazine bike. He wanted like $3,500 for it. He's desperate. Hasn't ridden it in a while. Needed some cash. No, I didn't buy it. I went and spent all that money with a tree company, with my homeboy Sean, who's got SB trees. And SB came out and he chopped, 11 different trees off the yard, gave me a super good homeboy deal. And I'm glad I took care of business then, because now when the storm hits, I didn't have any downed trees. Last year, if anybody was watching the channel last year, no, sorry, not last year, 2 years ago. I've had this channel for about 3 or 4 years. I actually put up a YouTube channel with one video. It was how to make motorcycle handlebars 8 years ago. But if you watched the channel 2 years ago, you saw, because I posted pictures, the downed trees. I got hammered. Oh, that one that happened a couple years ago, that fucked me. I got taught a lesson. You got to prepare for these storms. They're coming. You don't know when, and you got to be ready. Are you ready? So I went and gassed up both of my vehicles before the storm. Very few people seem to do that. I was the only one at the gas station pumping gas at in my car, and then I brought the truck up there. Oh, it's expensive. That Mustang doesn't have nearly as big of a gas tank as the truck does. Filling the truck up all the way, oh, that hurts. Gas stations lost power. A lot of people were shit out of luck because they couldn't get to the gas station. You look on Facebook and everybody's screaming on these local pages. I follow several local pages and everybody's screaming and yelling, where can I get gas? I'm desperate, I'm desperate, I'm desperate. Not me, not I, not Sky, because I went in before the storm and got gas. I'm not trying to brag how smart I am. You just prepare before the storm. I went and bought 2 cases of water. Oh yeah, all the microplastics. You know, this microplastic stuff, you don't know how long this water has been sitting in this bottle. Just because I bought it yesterday doesn't mean it was bottled yesterday. And there's microplastics in all the bottled water that we drink, and I drink a lot of it. They found microplastics in people's brain. They found microplastics in people's brains that say that they don't drink bottled water. We're all going to turn into some kind of fucking silicone creature. Those aliens that you see with the big eyes, that's got to be us. After all of the bottled water that we go through, that's what it turns us into. You got to be ready for these storms. I went and fortified some of the fence. I got a little stray cat that I've been feeding that lives way in the backyard. I got a big giant yard, and he lives in the backyard, and he's mean as fuck. This cat hates my guts. I can't get near it. It'll attack me. He tried to actually attack me. But I built him a cool little shanty town. I'll take a picture. I bought a little house, a cat house. It looks like a little house with a window, and it's got a cool roof. It's like a little house, but it's for a cat. And then I created him some other stuff too, and it looks like he's got like a little town, little cat shanty town. He loves it. Hates me, but he loves his little town. I fortified that. Survived the storm, no problem. Cat did fine. Now there was still some issues, but sometimes you have to pick between a disastrous outcome and then just a bad outcome. What do you want? Would you rather it be awful and traumatic and a nightmare? You want that? Then do nothing. Do nothing. Sit there and do fucking nothing with your life. And that's when the storm hits. Oh, it'll really slam you. Storms suck, and it could be a bad outcome. And I knew that going into this. We didn't know if it was going to be a Category 3 by the time it hit us or a Category 1. Either way, it's a storm. I've seen tropical storms. They're not even hurricanes. Tropical storms come in and just slam trees down right on top of people's cars, destroy the car, destroy the house, people die inside. And that's just tropical storms. A Category 1, I've been through 100 of these things, but a Category 1 can still kill you. What would you like? Would you like a disastrous outcome or a bad outcome? Sometimes you got to choose. How do you have a bad outcome in a disastrous situation? You do a little bit of preparation. You know the storm's going to fuck something up. Storms fuck shit up, you know that. Be ready. And then while the storm is happening, when it's actually happening, see, there's the preparation. And you can only do so much. And I figure, hey, whatever happens, happens. At least I did my part. And I look at this as the way I go through all of life. At least I did my part. I may not have been perfect. At least I did my part. Sure, I had a fucked up life. Maybe I'm a loser. But at least I'm trying my part. As I'm making this video on my phone, I got text messages just streaming in. Everybody's get their power back, and they're all excited. Sometimes a bad outcome really isn't that bad in comparison. And during the storm, when it's actually happened, when that fucked up time is happening, you prepared all you could for it, but you're in the middle of it. How do you react? Do you break down? Can you not sleep? Can you not eat? Are you paralyzed in fear? The first thing that goes for me, what happens in a situation for me is I get anxious. Anxiety goes through the roof. Oh, anxiety attacks, panic attacks, the whole thing turn into a goddamn mess. And then the second thing that goes is my appetite. My appetite is just like a wall. No more eating, no more food. I cannot eat when I'm upset. Not a bite. But that's bad. Because you need food. Nutrition helps you. You need to be on a full stomach to make your best decisions. Don't be making your best decisions when you're starving and desperate, starved of nutrition. Many people can't sleep. Oh, how can you sleep? I just went through the worst time of my life. How could you sleep? Now, physical pain, it is hard to sleep. But mental anguish, An incredibly stressful time of your life. Can you sleep? Most people lose sleep. I'm not sleeping well, and it's making you die. You're deteriorating. You're not eating. You're not sleeping. How do you handle the worst time in your life? How do you handle the disasters, the bad times, the storms? All you can do is be strong enough to survive the storm. I drove around town. Some people's houses were destroyed. And some people's weren't. Mine was one of the ones that wasn't. Is it lucky? I'm just lucky. So people have been telling me my whole life, oh, how lucky I am, and I'm putting in all this work. Is it luck or is it work? Was it luck that I spent $3,500 6 months ago to cut all the trees down when I wanted to go buy a chopper? No, it wasn't luck. It was discipline. I took my stupid savings that I was supposed to blow on a motorcycle and I did something responsible with it, like an idiot. Oh, but who has the last laugh now? And people drive by my house and shake their fist because I didn't flood out, because I didn't get any damage, but I'm on top of my fucking life. It wasn't perfect for me. I got some cleanup. After a storm, there's going to be some cleanup. But how do you handle it? One of the ways that I've been handling the cleanup after the storm, and I do this with life, with everything in life, is I prioritize. You don't plan to fail, you only fail to plan. You get on the stuff that you can do now that's not going to cost you anything, that doesn't really involve too much equity or sweat or anything. I can do that. That's easy to do. I could just do that. I'm just sitting here doing nothing. I could do that. Well, get on that. I may need to have help for that. Be willing to have help. So the storms teach me a lot about this lead up to a disaster, how to handle life and to maintain and to be healthy and happy in the middle of the storm. As the trees are snapping, can I be in my Zen mode, or am I like a dog hiding under a table? And then what do you do when you're done? When the storm's over, you sit there and lick your wound and just stand out in the front yard and say, fuck, I'm screwed, life sucks. Or do you start picking up leaves, picking up sticks? Go get the broom and sweep the driveway. It's all food for thought. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.